We should be good. Alright, well, thanks for stopping in, Invid. Have a good sleep. Alright, this is a pretty decent look at. Wow, how bad this could be. So I think this is one where we're going to do a battle save at the start so we can fuss around with it a bit. Okay. I'm gonna scroll my notes too, because I haven't been actually scrolling them as we went through. So I should actually have a place where I can start adding stuff instead of getting halfway into the chapter and then having to scroll down. Okay, so what we're going to be trying to do is we get to a point where hopefully we can pull this guy up to the corner with Fred and then rescue Fred over the wall. I should probably turn skip actions on. So we see they could have easily died there if that happened to be a counter enemy. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really anything I can do to circumvent that. Which is unfortunate because she makes things a lot safer if she pulls one of the calves onto her. This guy's pretty nasty here. There's no guarantee we'll kill him. I guess unless that happens. Although that's not really a guarantee. Okay, so we're going to... see what happens if we just throw Fred in front of the guy. I think he's probably still gonna go for Lucina unless the bottom guy decides to gun for her first. Yeah, he did. Okay, well, there's Lucina making it safer. But that also means... Alright, so we can't get Fred to pull that front Cavalier off, even if we throw him right in the middle, or right in front of the guy's range. Although, actually that could be a backup strat. If Cena goes down to something else, we can pull that front cab with Fred, because there's not going to be anything else I can pull where that will attract its attention. So I guess there we go. There's not anything we can do to save Lucina, but we can cover for her screw-ups. So let's see. This can be yes, the first right side calf. If this down early, how do I side calf target Lucina? Of course, that's not a guarantee. Because if Lucina survives the enemies on the first wave with low enough health. Actually, let me check that. Oh. I want to reset this chapter just yet, so check. Hopefully Cernus hasn't done that. Okay. So... say she got taken down to like 1 hit point and had to parallel falchion up to 21. This Cavalier did, what was it, 19? Becomes 25. Her defense drops to 6. Yeah, 19. Alright, so we don't have to worry about her not being able to take the first hit. Because as long as she survived, she probably has the 21, so that 19 from the Cavalier will never kill her before she gets to explode herself on counter. Or I guess if the guy doesn't have counter, then she'll just wreck him and then get wrecked right after. Either way, alright, so that's a backup strat. So I don't think... I think the problem is... or with this guy is we can't really do anything about him. Actually... no, that's not true. Okay, now I want to rewind because I'm is. Let's see. We can be in range of this other cavalier without being in range of the axe. If we do this, yeah, so since we can count on that front cavalier to act first, he'll go after Lucina. If we use this other cavalier, then we can bait off of Fred here. So basically, we kind of have an answer to. Anyways, alright, so. Otherwise, Fred can safely wear second cav or from outside the region. Is front cav will always go first and target Lucina. So that's definitely more lucrative than I had even anticipated. That's pretty cool. Now we have an answer to all the cavaliers except for this rear one. And I legitimately don't think there's anything that can be done about it. Just because we can lure this front guy away with Panergius, which is another big deal. But, like, we don't have anything in this left section to pull him away. And even if we could, it'd be too far for rescue and these guys would be coming in right away. But with this guy out of the way, because normally he'd be down here. So, no matter what, that does make this safer. It does present the problem that if I want to heal bomb Roman, then Fred's not getting out this turn. Which, let's see, 24. So if that had hit him, that would have plus, I would have done 15 damage. Okay, in this scenario, Fred would actually be able to take 2 hits without even needing to think about using a vulnerary. But I don't think Fred, on average, has defense good. Actually, he's not even usually level 4. Level 3. Typically level 3.5, thereabouts. Let's see. Wait, Fred has 4? They have 14? Yeah, I guess that's not that unreasonable to ask for. Let's see, 14D. His growth rate's 55. So that's nearly 80% chance by level 3 that he'll have gone up to at least 15. Although I guess, let's see. I guess the hit points is kind of the key part. He is guaranteed at least 1 hit point per level. But he won't necessarily be level 4, so... Well... I mean, 15D from 30 hit points at level 3 would still be okay. Actually... that point doesn't matter. Because at 17, Luna would still bring it down to 9. So actually, Fred with base defense. Fred with base defense and the minimum gain hit points at level 3 can almost survive 2 Luna pluses from that guy. Hey Spencer. So, I should make a note of that, because Fred can safely delay for 2 turns with just 14 Steve. Actually, full stop, just the 14 base Steve. Because even if he was still level 1, which is pretty much impossible, but let's lowball it a lot and say level 2. So 29 hit points, 14 deep. Like, it wouldn't really make any difference, even if we only had a Virion. Well, no, Virion C would still be 3 deep. Yeah, so pretty much, unless we somehow lost, like, Virion, or didn't get the C, which is almost impossible, Fred would definitely be in a position where all it would take would be 1 vulnerary. And even if somehow he didn't have the C and he only had 16 defense after, that's still, he's taking 16 damage instead, which is still within range of the vulnerary healing, even if he takes 2 hits. And actually, if he had no partner at all, he would take 17 twice, which is still within the range of the vulnerary healing. He could delay even longer. He could delay it indefinitely if the enemy doesn't have Widow Plus. Well, I guess not quite indefinitely, but... like, 6 damage at a time is not scary to Fred. Especially when he has a vulnerary. So not indefinitely, but long enough that Valadar will be long dead before he has to worry about it. I have cavalry on the mind too much. I just typed Cavaladar. Alright, well, I mean, getting safety from those calves off the right side is still a really big win here. So even if we can't do that leftmost, like the rear left cavalier, like he's basically the only one that can consistently be a problem. So I think we can probably just deal with him with the Cut Thunder. Like, it's not guaranteed, but I mean, compare that to having to tank 3 or 4 cavaliers with it. That's much, much better odds. Yeah, I'll probably post these new strats to the Serenus thread, although I'll want to do at least one run with it, with them in play, before I commit to actually putting them in. And it won't necessarily have to be a successful run, just so long as it's a successful chapter. Yeah, Fred can basically man-fight this. Well, not so much man-fight the Cavalier as, because we're assuming this Cavalier would have counter plus something else, and I think worst case scenario, this guy would have Luna and counter. But even in that worst case scenario, Fred can face tank 2 hits from him as long as he has at least 1 vulnerary used. And if he doesn't have Widow Plus, then Fred can just sit there and take it for quite a long time. And actually, he could probably... well, yeah, let's not get cocky about it, because I guess he won't double. I was gonna say he could probably pull out the Orsons and hurt the Cavalier, but then he'd probably take counter damage. So, yeah, I don't think I'm desperate enough to give Fred a kill to do that. But if things get hairy, then Fred can just get rescued over the wall. Which, even Alyssa with minimum magic would still be able to do that if we can move Fred close enough. So let's see, what else is there? There's this guy who, if... I've lured him off with Fred before. If If the Cavaliers end up not being a problem, but this guy looks like he will be, Fred can pull him off and then disengage. This one's a little more dicey because this guy's got a ton of attack since he's a Silver Axe enemy. But it's not too hard to, like, say, pull him over and then run back vulnerary, take one more hit, and then just be totally disengaged. Let's see, otherwise, these two guys can be a problem. Well, I guess usually we target the thief. But so we can still end up having a whole bunch of counter in play, unfortunately. Like, if we assume we lure this guy off, so let's say Lucina didn't injure this guy. Maybe let's say he took her down. I guess that scenario isn't terribly probable. So let's say he arrives. Okay, let's say Lucina goes down, so this guy gets pulled off by Fred. So this guy comes up in the rear, and I assume he has counter, so he'll be here. So it's still possible we're facing 1, 2, 3 counter enemies, because we can kill one of them. I mean, the odds of them all spawning like that are not great, but it's... It's one of those situations where I think if we're gonna have super terrible luck, we're kind of stuck. I guess I'll jot this down real quick so I can maybe mull it over, but I don't know. So... So in best case, counter strats versus one of the worst setups. Lucina goes down early. Fred pulls off the front right calf, and or gas pulls off the front left calf. So this leaves as control many needs. So your left calf, here. I should go problem counter enemies. Your left calf, your right calf, beef, and the fighter. Hey, no problem being late. I actually had to trek through a decent chunk of the run to actually get to the part where I was running, so... You're not late for the routing at least. Or at least not too late. So I guess one thing we've done in the past that is a decent answer to this is we kill the thief, get rescued up here. This assumes that the front cavalier doesn't need to be lured by Pan, though. Although, actually... if we're healthy enough, we could... I mean, we can usually tank one counter. So what we can do, we could kill the thief. And then we'd be in a position to be healed here too. Alright, so... this might be stretching it a bit though, because Fred's gonna be on his second turn. So let's say... say Fred takes 2 and a plus hits, and he's 2 vulneraries. Let's assume he's taking 16 damage instead of 15. So that is 48 damage. Which, if he uses 2 vulneraries and he's level 2 and got the minimum amount of hit points, he'll have basically 49 effective hit points with those vulneraries. So you can actually go to 3 turns. I'm gonna change that up. Okay, so at least 3 turns with 14 base defense. A +2 pair partner. And 2 vulneraries. That allows him to survive 3 Luna plus hits. Hello, Renee. Oh, I'm just doing running tonight. I'm on call, so I don't really... I potentially don't have the uninterrupted time to do a full run, which is why we're doing the running, to make sure that when I get back to doing full runs, we can hopefully see it through to the end more reliably. Yeah, it's one of those cases where, I mean, I could chance it, and then what would probably happen is I get like to hour 7 or 8, and then I get a call. Which, would be kind of frustrating, to say the least. Okay, so this gives us a 3-turn window, even assuming Fred's getting mauled over here in the corner. So, let's see, we kill the thief with Robin. We rescue her up into, like, body blocking, we can rescue her up into range of this Cavalier and this Cavalier alone. So even if he has counter, he'll severely injure her, which will kill him. Which then leaves the rear Cavaliers on both sides of the fighter. So I think this is a case where we'd have to not have pass on any of these guys. Because if they have Ender, there's a pretty low chance of all, well, I guess there's a low chance of it individually, but I guess there's still a semi-reasonable chance of all three getting it. Or I guess, sorry, not all three of them, one or two out of the three, which could still disrupt things. Although, actually, this, let's see. This guy, it would be inconsequential for this guy. Because what we could do is we could kill him. So even if he has pass and he ends up here, whatever, we just kill him and he doesn't threaten him. So basically that leaves these two guys. Or I guess this guy is assumed pulled on the Fred, so it'd be a guy here and a guy here. And I think if we get enough healing, that's maybe reasonable. I guess we'd have to worry about these guys coming too. They'd be here pretty quickly. It's not really a good way to... Because I'd want to try to lure this guy in, because if he has pass... he could... Well, he could poke him, but I guess we could heal her through it. But that's definitely not the case for the fighters. So, well, let's see. Let's walk through this. So, for that... And also, this would assume that... Okay. I was gonna say this assumes that Alyssa has 4 range, but... I guess she doesn't necessarily guarantee to have it. So... I guess she could take Rickon, but I don't think that would work, just because usually if we're luring stuff in, we want Rickon with Maribel to be attacking stuff, help out. So if Lessa has 8 magic, Robin can with a thief be rescued. Actually, that would make things kind of awkward. Actually, no, we could do it. So if we block here, we rescue here, we end up here. Wait, no, that's in range of it. Of the rear one, that is. Okay, so... we can still do this, we just have to have someone body block this space here. So in this case, we can be rescued. Alyssa is against the left corner of the door, which comes forward only in range of the left front cab. Then tank him and survive counter damage. Ouch. Okay. Lucian's... He has counter when a plus. Let's say... He has his pretty average magic, so that'd be 21. And then... I think we should have more defense, so... Oh yeah, we're supposed to have 15 defense at level 12? Yeah. Oh. Alright, so that'd be 17 after tonic. Actually, no, this isn't quite right. This is an old chart. We need to take 2 level ups off of that. That's -1, so that's still 16 deep after tonic. On average. Which gives us 8 reductions, so we take 16 plus 21. We have the max hit points to take it. Okay, we don't have to worry about counter with a plus as long as we're at full health. Hit points and... Okay, this is exactly average hit points. Well, actually, gotta take off a couple again. Or 1 point, so... Actually, no, this is about average since we're level 13. So I guess if we assume we're level 12 instead... this would be very slightly above average, but... So 45 would give us... That'd still give us 8 hit points of leeway. Which means we can lose... Well, I guess this would assume we're at full health, though. Which we might be near full, but not quite at full. So it gives us some leeway to not be at full, entirely at full health. Or we could have less def. So if we're at full health, like, we could survive if we basically had base def, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Like, I've had bad rolls, but usually not that bad, at least for runs that get this far. Alright, so... we pull that Cavalier, in which we kill. Which would leave us with... Then we can kill he can kill on the left. Here, Cav. Heal Robin on the phase. Trees us with the rear right Cav and the fighter. And there's also a Dark Mage and a fighter. Of these enemies, only the Dark Mage can pass. Mage and the rest. I don't remember what turn Builder says moving. Sure, what if he has a little plus? We do 15. Yeah, 15 would be fine with the men to heal against. That's kind of desperate and ugly, but it's a plan. This assumes like a super worst case, unlikely scenario too. Yeah, 3. We have to risk. Okay. Okay, so I guess we need to find out here. When Velder starts moving, so we know what kind of leeway we've got. Ouch. See, this... Even with a somewhat more moderate scenario, pulling that Cavalier off probably just saved Robin's life there. Okay, well, that was a pretty early answer, so he starts moving at the end of turn 4. It's gonna be... That's 3 turns, 4 turns. It takes him 4 turns. Yeah, close enough to be. Side door. This means we have till turn 7 to clear at once if he has pass. I guess we can just continue standing in the doorway for as long as it takes if he doesn't have pass. So otherwise, we can just keep body blocking. As long as Silver Axe Fritter doesn't also have pass. Man, pass has never mattered so much. Even Chapter 2, pass isn't as problematic as this. Alright, so it's not exactly the most reliable pen. It has conditionals, but something we can do if the game decides to really stack things against me, just to minimize how dangerous stuff can get. I don't think there's any way to guarantee for certain unless the game decides to go a little easier on the skills. So, thinking this is about as far as we need to go tonight. I don't think there's much for options left open here. Just because, unfortunately, without any extra manpower on the left side, it boils down to if Rowan needs to tank counters, then she needs to tank counters. Or at least try to avoid it with Crit Thunder, but, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go refill our water and then we'll swap over to Neo.